I mean is when she says something like, "Be careful, baby. How you treat people, you never know who will give you a last cup of water." Is I actually walked in water too, and I got dusted on. Took some shots to the head, did the graveyard dirt, just for learning purposes. And as they say, you walk on water, it's dust. Cream wet. So this is one of the things I had to go in and out the psych ward for, and it unbalances the chemical in your brain, and you'll see a lot of dark entities of the underworld. You know what I mean? And that's when I was labeled bipolar schizophrenic. They didn't want everybody to really know what I went through. But I had them dust blunts, take them shots like Fab said. We them 5 stars, take them shots to the head and survive. Yard nice. You know what I'm saying? And other songs, Nas smoking, a lot of songs. Nip, you know what I'm saying? You can't come between us. I walked on water, say it was church. So he got a lot of songs, it's like in the streets all I know is eat, don't let them eat you. And it's like, and if you live in places like New York, on the corner pocket of every block is a sewer. So it's like they did dark entities to me. And one of the things I seen is the animals they used was rats. And it was just like all over my body type. It was just, I went through a lot of spiritual warfare. It was a lot of same time demonic activity. I had to go through a lot of war in the mind, hearing voices and seeing things because of it. I deal with it. It's unlike other people in their natural thing. This is real. I can't get out of it. So I was labeled disability. I'm disabled and with a disability because of that. So it's really hard for you to just be who you are because you got to fight that war every day. War in the flesh, And it was just like my hands and my feet, my hair, everything started dying in those ways. And it was just, I've been through the ringer. So it was like my cousin, my nephews and brothers. You got good in some families, you got bad in families, and I just went to war with them. Like because of it, my whole life was just off. It was upside down, And it's like karma is crazy, because God, if anybody never heard these sayings, you do dirt, you get dirt. Excuse me. What you put out, you get back in. You make your D bed, you gotta lay in it. What goes around comes around, as everybody in the streets will say. You live by the, I'm saying, you live by the G, you go by the G. You be a backstab, and you get backstabbed. You know those sayings. Cipher what I'm saying, and then every dog has his day, or what God says in the Bible. You reap what you sow. Meaning, if you do something to someone, God's child, and that child is very chosen. God is sensitive. He don't got to do it, but He can always allow it to come back to you. And my mom, she would always say to him, especially my nephew, "Be careful how you treat people, baby. You never know who would give you your last cup of water." And it's like he laughed, thought it was funny. Now I would cipher what she mean, like Drewski. What do you mean by that? And it was just something I just needed to know for direction, discipline and obedience, all of the good stuff, to have drive. I don't have to have a car to have drive, but you need to know where you're going and how to find your destination. He would do negative things and then come pleading at the bed for my water bottles. Yeah, he'd come pleading. And it's like he'll always do something, and then it's like he wants you to come save him from the trauma and the things he had caused. And it was like, I found that funny. Not and like, that's what you get. But the way God moves. You know what I'm saying? Like God is very sensitive about His chosen ones. If you don't know nothing about it, check up the work they do. And when you'll know when you see someone in this world who's in the world and not becoming of it, who's very godly and angelic and fruitful, and you'll know when everybody else will probably say that person's crazy or they look on drugs or off their meds. You will see that majority of the time that's just the description people give when they want to keep a secret and not want you to know how intelligent that person is, of waking you up from being colorblind, washing the dirt out your eyes and breaking free from the chain of broad. And it's like you'll know when you see a star seed, a light worker, a seer, someone who's chosen is gifted, earth angel. You'll know it because of the work that the person does, and it's the God in them that connects with your spirit to enlighten with your spirit to uplift you and your soul and connect as one powerful stone. That's how you know, because the energy, and people have stories of opinions and verbally abuse, messed up emotions and their own beliefs, but in reality, actions all that matter, and you would know because your energy would connect with that person. You know what I mean? It's going to be more than unbelievable. It's going to hit you. You know what I'm saying? Because the vibrations, it's at one, in peace. You could be yourself around this person because you know this person got you, he got it, and it's real. That's how you always know the difference. So I want everybody out there to understand this one thing. We all have a purpose. You can overcome anything you choose to. You can override anything you can. You cannot really say that you the definition of what a man's supposed to be if you can't show it. You can't say you the definition of what a woman's supposed to be if you don't walk in those shoes and live it. You can do it. You just got to remember that every time the devil knock on your door. Stay righteous, stay godly, stay angelic, stay fruitful. Till the next episode, Ace is up with it. Let's get it. All right, I'm going to keep hitting y'all more and more of that greatness. Blessfully, respectfully, successfully. Up with it. It's Northside God's plan. And we going to up with it, let's get it, and strengthen the bond daily. Now, say it with me. I got you, you got me, we got each other, and God got us. It's not up for a debate. It's not up for a discussion. Real recognize real, right? We all born children of God. So it doesn't matter if you religion or not. We all connected as one as children of God. And that's how it is until the day you wouldn't want it to be. So say it with me from your uplifting spirit and your enlightenment in your soul. I got you, you got me, we got each other, and God got us. Now remember that every time the devil knocks on your door, which can also just mean problems, situations, pain, suffering, and if you think it's pressure, because you don't let that become pressure to you. You become pressure to your problems, become pressure to your situations, become pressure to your struggles, to your pain, to your suffering. And you'll see it all work out. Because who's in control? You. Who's the man? The one who shows everybody the definition of what a man's supposed to be. Who's the top woman? The one who shows everybody she walking in shoes and she's the definition of what a woman's supposed to be. So remember that and always become it. Know where you're coming from and remember where you're going. Don't entertain distractions. You're not here to entertain destruction and become destructible. You're not here to entertain chaos and become chaotable. You're not here to entertain distractions, destruction, chaos, no confusion, and move around like you don't know where you're going to be confused. You don't be around people with low standards. You'll become a low vibration standard person. You don't be around people with low vibrations. You'll become that. Don't be around people with toxic energy. You'll most definitely become that. Don't be around people who's very dark spirit. You'll very definitely start to show and pick up on it, become that. Don't go around people who don't respect you. Because don't be around people who don't respect themselves. They'll never respect you. People who don't want to value you because they don't see the value of themselves. People don't want the world to see your worth because they don't see it and they don't see it in their own self. Go around people who celebrate you. Not with people who want to party and leave you at a ditch party. Stay away from people who is incomplete. Stay away from people who is not consistent. That's how you get it. Stay away from people who do something strange with a piece of change and don't want you to change for the better. Get up every day with a purpose to prosper and make great progress and never choose to do, entertain, and become someone's projects. You're here to profess. You're here to provide. Number one, before anything, as me being a child of God also and being the definition of what a man's supposed to be, showing up and standing out as my mother's son, and more than that, I provide, I protect, I profess. I provide, I protect, I profess. If you ain't doing that daily and you ain't getting up every day with ambition, great inspiration, moving with dedication and motivation, which is also the key to a happy, successful, joyful life, you'll never be that. You'll just be one of those guys that everybody walk by because they can clearly see you not the prize. The same as the women. You'll just be the girl that everybody can have fun with because they don't take you serious. They can't see you as the prize. If they don't see you don't stand on business, walk with your head high. You know what I'm saying? You don't respect yourself. Why would somebody else respect you? You entertain negativity, then why would they want to be around you? You sit around people all day who want to gossip and talk about somebody else's life when you can go out there and build your own legacy, build your own empire, be more than fulfilled in life as you chase your dreams and achieve your goals, as you choose to be more than remarkable and leave a mark, build revenue for the next generation, and et cetera, et cetera. Why would someone take you serious if they don't see that in you? Think about it. If I could sit here all day and entertain somebody else, let somebody else own and control me, get up every day and gossip about the next person's story of their life, and it's not a picture you didn't unsee, it's just talk, somebody's verbal abuse of their opinions and belief, you never know in real and reality of actions that all that matter. It makes you show you how small I am minded, how small minded I am, how much direction I don't have. How much, you know what I mean? How much of a drive I don't have to go live my life and learn to do better. But I repeat the same mistakes or worse as everybody else who stays stuck or stagnant. It's like you entertain a gatekeeper. You're so busy occupying your time talking about nonsense and belittling other people that you don't see that you're becoming someone negative in the world because we listen and don't judge. You're so busy, got time to be around negative people, talk negative about other people, but you don't have no time to right your wrongs. You don't have no time to do better, to live, learn, and do better. You don't have no time to stand as a man. You don't have no time to better your life. You don't have time and energy to handle your responsibility, to deal with your situations. Why would I want to be around you? Why would I advertise with you? Why would I invest in your? What are you building? What are you offering? What are you showing? That's gonna make me invest in your business. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's how people look at it. I know that's what I do. What are you advertising that's gonna make me invest in your business, your company? Like if I can't see who you are as a person and what you're here to do with that purpose you're talking about, I don't feel the reason to waste anything into it because I'm not on quality. I'm big on quality, not quantity. So why would I don't. I'm not rich. I can't afford. I don't got expensive habit. But although I don't got expensive habit, I do like the fun taste of life. But I could buy a water bottle for a certain amount of money, and I don't even have a job. Right? I'm disabled. I'm on disability. I'm saying, but I could still afford to buy the fun taste of life here and there. People have a job and they get paid, not even the ones who just get paid every other week, but they say the ones who get paid every week, and they'll still tell you they can't afford a certain thing. But if you look at their clothes, it's always expensive. Sneakers is out of this world. But when it goes to food and products, you know, that your health that you would need to actually enjoy an expensive hoodie, they're buy the cheapest things on the market. You ever notice that? And it's like, are you a buyer or are you a seller? And when it goes seller, it goes both ways. Do you buy into people's BS? Or are you out there buying, spending all your money on what everybody else is advertising to you? But how much are you buying into your own? Now when it goes to seller, are you out there selling people BS? Or are you out there selling what the God could put you on this earth to get to your next? Pay attention to that. And are you a giver? Or are you a taker? Do you give people BS? Or do you give people what they value? Meaning, do you give people what you? If I see you as a liar, I'm gonna give you what liars get. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? If I see you as disobedient, I'm gonna give you what a disobedient gets. Nothing. Which is basically outgrowing you, outgrowing the place you at, and the things you do. Because I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that toxic ish around me. None of that toxic ish. It's not good for my mind, my body, my soul, my spirit, my heart, my blood, my bones, my skull and bones. It's not. I don't want that inside me. I'm in the world, but I don't want to become of it. Now, if I see that you're someone who earn and deserve what I have, then I'm gonna give it to you respectfully, blessfully, successfully, up with it. There's no way I could look at you down on the floor if you're not on the floor. You know what I mean? And that's not saying that we don't go through problems and we hit the floor. I'm saying if somebody's there and they want to stay there and lay there and want me to have a meal with them on the floor, it's not going to happen. Why would it's like being outside in a snowstorm? Why would I choose to be outside when I could be in a home that's full of warmth and everybody in there who has a heart for me? It don't make any sense to choose to be there. But most people in the world, that's what they choose, which is crazy for you to get up and want to choose to be like that. It's like, and for you, it seems crazy, but we all could be there if we choose to give up on ourselves. We stop having faith through faith. We stop having faith in God. We stop remembering how strong we are when the devil's knocking on our door. We entertain negativity. Even the all could set mind control. People could take the broken stuff from there and them and put it into you. And all could set mind control you and make you do something strange for a piece of change. And if you're not paying attention, that's how it starts. Next thing you know, you talking bad about people. You gossiping. You sitting all day watching someone talk negative about somebody. Then you'll get up and have it in your system all day. Then you talking, calling your homie, calling your girls, you texting it, you over here sending it to all your friend groups, sending it to this person after you posting on one of your platforms, and you go everywhere you go, you talking about it with everybody you know. You see? Instead of getting up and valuing your time and understanding, you don't gotta entertain none of this negative and toxic ish. Until someone show you a picture you can't unsee, I won't speak on it. Let God judge the criminals and the disobedient children. You want to be disciplined? Let God do his job. That's not for you to do. You're here to live, learn, and do better, not repeat the same mistakes or worse. So what I'm saying is you stay away from that negative and that toxic because you have somewhere to be, don't you? Yeah. It's called purpose, isn't it? Yeah. So what you need to do is focus with direction and get to it. Everybody say on my grind or hustle my muscle. Me, even Weezy would say money on my mind. I would say, because I had a bro, RIP to Just Money. We called his name was Justin, and we called him Just Money. So it's like revelation in paradise, you know? RIP. You know what I'm saying? In paradise, and to just money and mind my paper. Move forward with God. I got my, instead of just entertaining negativity, I know the world moves off of money. Doesn't mean in worshiping it, but we need it for heat when it's cold outside. Yeah, you need it to buy a place to live. Yeah, you need it every day to pay the mortgage, the rent. You need it for gas, your insurance. You need it for everything. You need it for food. You need it to get by. So I would say, mind my paper. Somebody asked me, oh, up with this side? You know what I'm saying? What's the word? I'm just minding my paper. It's like, okay, that's great motivation. Minding my paper. Yeah. I'm saying, oh, it's doing God's plan. It's like, yeah. Like my name is Northside, but what I do, my purpose is God's plan. And as much as we all say, oh yeah, don't nobody always want to do what God wants you to do. The world is to stay fruitful. How many people in this world stays fruitful daily, especially when you have problems, situations, pain, suffering, and pressure people can't deal with. And you're supposed to become pressure to it. But if you can't become pressure to it, all of those things I just said become pressure to you. So sometimes you're not going to be godly because we all got the good and the bad and the ugly in us. And it hurts when someone you love can really shatter your heart. Let's just be real. I'm just the first to admit and say it and stand on it. It's called honesty. Most people cannot deal with it and be honest about it, but they pretend to be so perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. Such thing as complete people, calm and collective people. But if you're broken, you're broken, and you're gonna move off of your feelings of energy and vibrations because you're broken. So you're gonna be emotional. I move off of actions of reality of your energy and vibration. You're gonna be broken hearted, broken spirit, broken soul. Your brain, you're going to feel like it's dead inside to feel and care because you're so hurt that you become one of those people, as they say, what's the saying? Hurt people, broke people, break people. So you got to know how to avoid that. And the best way is giving it up to God consistently. All day, you got to learn how to cut people out, especially your family. Just because your family doesn't mean it'll stay family. Just because a person is born a child of God doesn't mean everybody want to keep doing as God say. You know what I'm saying? So cipher what I mean. You got a cousin. You got a nephew, and he's an addict. He's a drunk. He's an alcoholic. You got a brother. He's an alcoholic, or any addictions to drugs or whatever they have. When they see you, they don't see you as a person they value in. They see you as what they can value out of you. Understand? They see you as what they can value out of you, and most people don't see it because you're so colorblind, and that's your family, your cousin, your best friend, that you'll never notice how dark, how he's not perfect. It's not everybody got the good and the bad and ugly in them, but you never see that part. So you always just vouch for this person, just credit when you never seen of 100% of who this person is. So you will be hurt when that person will treat you or do you a certain way because you have so much high expectations for them. You know what I mean? You have to allow people to show you who they are. Don't speak for people. Allow them to show you. So that way you know how to deal with them. It works. When you don't, you be crying a mess on the floor. You be mad, want to tit for tat, want to hurt the person back, hurt somebody else because you can't take it. You be so mad, you ready to bust. It's like you start throwing a tantrum, having a beef fit, acting like a terrible 2-year-old with no control because you can't get your way or it's not going the way you thought it is, the way you planned. But you be so mad, you be ready to bust. And it's like you got to stop and avoid that. Stop giving people your energy who don't respect you, who don't value you, who don't want the world to see your worth and will never celebrate you, will just party and then leave you at a ditch party. Yeah, you gotta know how to see it. So once you see it, you know how to deal with it, and you'll thank God for showing you the warning signs in people before the destruction. Because who wants to be destructive in life? Who wants to be messed up when you can choose to be more? Value yourself, value your time, and don't let nobody in who don't. It doesn't matter if it's family, because like I said, if they have an addiction, they ain't looking at you as you're the valuable person. They're looking at what they can value out of you, and they'll probably steal from you to go get their next hit, right? Because all the fiend is thinking, I'm saying the addict is thinking how they can get their next hit, or how they can buy the next game, like whatever it is, bro. So it's like, and they say sorry, not just because they mean it, but it sounds nice. And when you're a nice person, they know you're so easy to forgive. There's a difference. You know the difference between being nice and kind? Nice people will open up the door for the person who even harmed them and know the person will harm them. Kind person will finally lock the door and let you know, don't take my kindness for weakness. You're not going to keep walking over me. You're not going to keep coming to my house disrespecting me. You're not going to keep coming to one of my family at the dinner table and try to belittle me in front of my children where they will have no respect for me. That's one thing I don't care about love. Love is great. So even when a family member hurts you, oh, Kyle, I'm sorry, man. You know I love you. It sounds nice. But if there's no reality of that feeling of warmth, of vibration, of energy, and that action, it don't mean nothing. I don't care about love. Everybody who say they love you will hurt you. Be honest, everybody I ever loved has hurt me. My family did me the work more than anyone in the streets of a friend. And someone who's supposed to be your, you know how they like to say, I don't believe in enemies, but let's say somebody who really can't stand you, they have so much hatred towards you, they have so much jealousy towards you, so much envy and ill intent and with ill intent, I call that person a wannabe of me. I call them a clone. But sometimes your family could be just as worse, because them people don't really know you as much as your family, and they're not in your family tree. They don't come from where you come from. They wasn't raised the way you is. So a family could just hurt you like that, and there's nothing in the world. Think how much energy that takes out of somebody who's your family. Because your family is a person after a hard day at work, the whole world whooping your butt, you always can call on and come home to when you at it with the whole world. If you can't get that with your family, you can't really call that person your family. Like, blood just makes us related. It doesn't make you family. Family is a whole nother thing. If a person can't respect you, like I said, I don't triple for love. I triple for respect. A person can't respect me, and I see that the energy is off, the vibrations. I don't care what a person he say, she say. That's cool. You can have your own opinion. You can have your own belief. That don't mean nada to me, Papa. Nada to me, Mama. Say, stay with me. That means nada. Your verbal abuse of your emotional train wreck where you let your emotions go, you have no control. I move off of what you show me. I'm here to listen and not judge. Once you show me your energy is off, we can't vibe, the vibrations are off, that's when I outgrow you, I outgrow the place you at, and I'm outgrow the things you do. Because I'm here to protect, provide, and profess. Not entertain, do, and become no person's project. I'm not here to do something strange for a piece of change. I'm here to change for the better. So once I see that your energy is off, you're toxic, you have low vibrations, you have low standards, you're moving with dark entities, or you having a dark spirit attached to you, and your character, you don't build it with me, which means your actions are very ugly. As being a child of God, you choose to be disobedient towards someone who can come and extend a hand for you. Someone will honor their mother, father, sister, and brother, and one for all and all for one. If it ain't that, I am not living my life right hand of God to my right to call me home. And you can't reciprocate the same. If I'm adding grace and pouring grace and favor into you, and you don't do the same for me, that's when it's over. That's when it stops. Because I'm not here to entertain and do. What's the word I want to say? Oh, this one right here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm here to build structure. I'm here to move to be disciplined. I'm here to have order, to have guidance from God, and have a drive to strive that thrives with great direction. Yes. To be fruitful and godly and angelic. Yes. With high vibrations and heavy anointings. You know? So if you can't stay grounded like me, when the devil knock on your door and show me the respect that I earned and deserve, I earned and deserve. Not I want. I earned and deserve. Like I said, that's when it's off with you. Me and you, we that's it. And that's what a kind person is like. But a nice person here always, just forget about it. No, you can't, bro, because they'll walk all over you. You know what I mean? They always do it because they know you're going to forgive them. It's just like being in a relationship with a girl or a man. A man will be abusive because he knows that he can do it and get away with it because you always let him do it. And as for a guy, it's like a girl can go out there and cheat on you, have a hot girl summer, spread her thighs for a whole nother man, and come home to you, and you be there at 3 a.m. still cooking a food like it's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, that's absurd. So once I see that you come to cause destructions, chaos, destructions, you know, you got you know what I'm saying? What's the word? Confusion and a distraction. I cut them off, and ain't nothing else to say about that. We not vibing the same. I ain't even worried about nothing. And I can't miss out on a person like that because what did they give me? Nothing. Negativity. But you will miss out on me. I have to see I'm the one who got away because as I choose to live, learn, and do better, instead of being around somebody who cannot show up and show out for me, and that means I choose to not repeat the same mistakes and over and over and over. It'll drive you crazy because you got to keep trying. It's like you're trying to force somebody to love you who don't want to even love themselves. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to show up for somebody who don't want to show up for themselves. Next thing you know, you're taking care of their responsibility and their problems. So you understand that? And that's not what God put you here for. He put you here for purpose. So you got to learn when to close the door on people and cut them out. Like act like it's gum in your head. Cut it out. You know what I'm saying? That's that negativity, man. I don't got time for that negativity. No, let me say no, Papa. Stay with me. Stay with. Ha ha. Ha ha. Say. You got to know your worth. Know your value, and you earn and deserve better than to let someone treat you like you're less. When God put you to show everybody you so much more. I'm more than anything you bring and label this child of God. We're not here to entertain programs. We're not here to entertain experiments that people experiment on you. I'm not a part of your brand and your label. I only control my own destiny. more. So you can say less. That's when they got to look like that's the one who got away because you're the prize. Remember, you was doing everything for them. They didn't do anything for you. They gave you back a poo-poo. They wanted to be on Google Gaga time. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to tell you, man, bump you, I'm on demon time. They wanted to spit in your face. They wanted to belittle you, push you around, walk all over you. You know what I'm saying? Make you stand in the corner like you're the bad child. Make you sit at the kiddie table like you ain't the one who's ready for growth. They made you seem like you ain't nothing. They outed you, backdoor you, left you at the bottom. Everybody's up on top. You the one in the basement. Like, uh, uh, they treat you like you don't exist until they want something from you. Then they put you back on the shelf. How do you give somebody attention who don't undeserve you? And if you're the victim, as if for me, it's a lot of bad things people wished on me. They wished on North Side and still. How do you make time for other people when you ain't together? You ain't right. You the one going through it. And you don't even look at yourself as the victim because it's better to find your character to build with God and say you're a survivor. But if you've been, shot in the head with dust blunts, you had to walk on water. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with a lot of dark entities in the world. You went through, they did spells, all kind of rituals, eat the meat, drink the blood rituals, humiliation rituals, blood sacrificing you. You went through, deal with witch doctors. They did the spirit cooking, eating the meat, drinking the blood. They did all this type of demonic entities to you. A hex and curse you. How does nobody show up for that person? What are you doing giving things that God gave just for you? Next thing you know, you're giving something to somebody, then you don't have it for yourself. Then you got to borrow. And then how do you be quiet when you got a voice to be heard when people in the system takes things away from you? It's unacceptable. It's unattractive. And it's disrespectful. Especially for a man or a woman to be called that person that they want to be called because you didn't deserve that. And just like God, I forget about the person who forgot about me, who wants to bring harm my way, because we're not here for that. So if you say you know that person and you're that person's friend, you're the family, why you don't stand up and give a helping hand? Why you don't support that person? I got my juices that I'm moving on. My family don't support me. It ain't even about if you drink it or not, because you can always advertise it to your people. You can tell them the hard things I've been through. Let them know how I'm changing my life around, what I'm doing on my own 10 toes down, as I'm choosing my own independence. And being disabled, I get that disability check. But it's not enough. It's not enough, especially when they want to cut it out when they want to. Say if you get food stamps, the same thing. Remember Donald Trump just cut it? You'll be back in the jam. Not one person offered me a plate of food. Not one person came with a spoon. As much as I do for my people, my community, you would think they'd be happy to support somebody knowing what you're already going through. I gotta hear the voices every day. I gotta see demonic things. I gotta see things that I don't see. That's warring the mind. But a person will sit there and tell you they got so much on their mind. I tell you I'm hearing voices and you tell me not right now. You got a lot on your mind. Are you mad? Did you just not hear me show you that I go through spiritual warfare? That's dealing with satanic and demonic activity. How you got more on your mind than me? How? It's impossible. I used to watch the show Kim Possible, but this is impossible. But then everybody are going dedicated to that person instead of the person who really needed. So I was always left out. I was always out. I was always the outcast because I'm not your favorite person. I'm saying, and when you're not people's favorite person, the special person, the one they want to bond with, the prize or the bestie, and not even their type, they act like they don't see you until they want something from you, which is being taken advantage. Why is it that if I can cipher and certificate my time, be available, you know what I mean? Treat you like a valuable asset, give you my access, and make time for you. Why is it that you can't do the same? For the simple things. They even tell you they ain't got it. You got a job. Get paid every other week, every week. Oh, so you can't afford to buy these juices, but you can afford to buy liquor. You can afford to buy a beer. You could destroy your life with a drug habit. You can afford to invest your time in somebody who's negative, even the one who done the things to me. Then show up and show out for me. So when you say you got to just outgrow people. Outgrow the place and the things you're doing. It's okay because it might be hard. It might hurt, but you'll get through it because you got God. And that's how you know how to treat people. Now you don't ever have to have the time of day for any of that. Shout out to my better half, Ebenezer. She's always supported me and everything. Like they just cut my check. That'll be hard for me to pay my rent. Hard for me to pay this phone bill that I use to build up my platform. So I want to say for everybody out there, Everybody out there with a disability, everybody out there who go through trials and tribulations, who disabled, no matter what it is, you're schizophrenic, bipolar, ADH, ADD, you went through the war, the Army and Navy, and you came back, with those disabilities, any disability, Down syndrome, don't matter what. I'm gonna say it for me because they label me and branded me schizophrenic, bipolar. Schizophrenic does not define me. Bipolar does not define me, and I'm gonna say this for everybody. This is all for learning purposes. I'm a great motivational speaker. I'm an activist. I'm a seer. I'm a life coach, and more than that, I'm a healer. I look at myself as a hashtag Earth Angel because I do as North Side and I do God's plan, and I'm so much more. You know what I mean? I'm a light worker. I'm a star seed. You know what I'm saying? Disability does not define you. Say it. Disability does not define me. Say it. Being disabled does not define me. Unless you choose to entertain and give up into that. And there's not a lot of things I'm not able to do. It's very hard and difficult for me to go and get a job that I could really make a living off of and be like, what's the word? Financially, able to make a good income and keep that job with all I got to deal with. I got to go through war in the flesh. And because of it, my hair, my skin, it all died. My hands, it got dead skin. My feet is dead. But they label that as psoriasis. But it's all came from the dark entities, and they eat the meat and drunk the blood. So a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but it's my life story. That's the bad things. Shout out to Drake, I love it. The bad things they wish to me, they wish to North Side. Shout out to the chocolate, Acai from Brookside. That's where I'm really from. Like this is my life that I gotta go through dark. I'm the one I'm saying I gotta deal with it. It's not like you get a crash a car and you can work and get a brand new one. You got insurance. I gotta wake up and hear voices and I gotta go to bed and hear them. I gotta wake up and see things all day and go to bed like that. I gotta fight, which gives you have a lot of panic attacks, a lot of nervous breakdowns. Yes, it's a lot. I even go through anxiety, and that's something a woman feel. But that just shows you how much I'm in tune with my mother. I'm my mother's son. I gotta have a lot of manic episodes. Shout out to my bro Rock. Shout out to the whole Gardines. Shout out to him and his crew, his shotgun. Shout out to them banks. Shout out to all the homies who really gotta go through things. Shout out to my 60s on neighborhood. So when I went through it, they stepped up for me more than ever. A lot of my friends left me. They abandoned me. Family members throwing hate at me, shade, jealous, having ill intents, and want to do them. And that's how you'll still be the man, because if your family can hate you while you're going through that and not show up and show out for you, then you got to be someone special, because who hates that child who's going through that? They kept it secrets, covered it up. My life was destroyed. You got to pick up the pieces to the puzzle, connect the dots, and you got to still keep growing. It's going to be much more harder for a person like that when it's hard to carry on in the world when no one loves you. It's like I was still in the world and everybody else around me was becoming of it. I wasn't the one invited to parties, birthdays. I wasn't the one invited to baby showers. I was the one that was called weird and lost, and that nigga fell off, and all kind of negative and toxic stuff. I was never, excuse me on the N-word, the bro, you know what I mean? The guy, I was never the person I was before all of this happened. Before all this happened, I was the one that everybody wanted to be like. I'm still the one they want to be like. They just don't want to admit it. They'd rather become me now and push me in the dark where it's cold and lonely until things they go through in the world that I've been through, and that's when they need a friend. That's why I say it's funny, because everybody swear they be on demon time, but as soon as pressure builds, they come looking for the one who does God's plan. That's North Side, and I'm proud about it because I have a voice to be heard, and I use it daily. I go in to communicate, I go in the community, and I do these social experiments. I take everything I got in the bag, the hat, sort of like what your boy Rod was saying in the network joint with Diddy. Yeah, I stay up in town, money earning mode. When I'm from the nines, everybody out here in the ones, the fours and the aces, the boxes, which they call money earning mode, and a lot of different names. They also call it Murderville. You know what I'm saying? It got a lot of names. I don't really want to get into it, but coming off, you make it out the box. I call it the gifted. That's mine. That's what I call it, the gifted. And because it's like you got to make it out of a place where people don't make it out. They become the worst people in the world, and I didn't want to be a part of that no more. But it's like me being shot in the head with all them dust blunts. It kind of, even though it's like a blessing and a curse at the same time, I kind of, if it didn't happen, imagine what I probably would have became, or would I've been in this earth at all. Like I could have hunted. It's an awful thing, but it could be worse, and it's for people to understand. Yeah, I messed up. I'm going through it, and it could be worse. Yeah, my people don't show me love. Shout out to all of my spiritual tribe, because I'm not gonna sit here and say everybody in the world don't. Shout out to the Wild Hunters. Shout out to my familia all day. Huh, Brookside? Shout out to my familia. Shout out to my Hamburg. Shout out to my Puerto Rocks. There's a lot of people who show me love. What I'm saying is the majority of people, they outed me. Most of my family, they outed me. My brother teared my neck right here. So I'm not able to do no heavy lifting. My other brother tears me down by my waist. So I'm messed up. I'm not able to work out the way I want to. I gotta hear these voices. I gotta see things. My skin dead. I gotta go through spiritual warfare, war in the mind. I gotta deal with a lot of dark entities, satanic and demonic activity. Yeah, I have to deal with my skin being like for real, war in the flesh, nervous breakdowns, panic attack, anxiety. I gotta, no matter what, I gotta go through it and I gotta get through it. But God gave me that battle. God gives the hardest battle to the strongest soldiers, and He'll never give us something we can't handle. You gotta understand that. You gotta understand that. And I just make the best of what I got. While people complain about that, it's like sitting out. You see someone arguing with somebody. Why argue with them when you can walk away? Can you imagine sitting there arguing with somebody about your shoes? And we all know that those are your shoes, but you sitting there, and this, that, and the third, and woo, 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 and It's like, are you mad? It doesn't make no sense to give somebody that energy when you know it's your shoes. You can walk away. But if you got to hear something in your mind, you can't just got to fight. It's going to drain your energy. It's going to a lot of things you got to deal with. And it's crazy because I never got the love I needed from my peoples. Never got the support. That's why I say love it ain't much. You know what I'm saying? I never got the support I needed or, the people to really invest. None of that. I had to do it on my own. And you still got people who want to come and take away from you. And that's what makes me amazing because God gave the hardest battle to the strongest soldiers, and He never gave us something we can't handle. And I'm handling it. I do a healing journey. I do a dealing with a journey, me versus me journey, because the only way that works is if I stop loving me and give it to them. So I do a me versus me journey, and that's what a me versus me journey is all about. I do a whole transformation journey and an isolation, meaning you outgrow people and places and things. That's not good for helping you move forward to your next. If you're not here to build with me, you're not here to celebrate me, you don't value me, you don't see my worth, you don't own and deserve any of a piece of my attention, because you don't value me. You're not here to add or pour grace and favor. You're here to take away. Whether it's negativity you want to bring it towards me, you want to talk bad about people, you want to gossip about people, you want me to do it too, you want me to choose you when I need to choose myself, you want me to follow your negative energy. Come on, that's all taken away. But you want me to take care of you, you want me to help you out when I'm messed up, come on. But you can't buy juice. But you could literally go over there and buy a pack of cigarettes. My juices is $10 and it's fresh, it's organic, it's fruitful. I show people how I make my drinks. I really get to it. But it's worse when your family and your friends don't support you. And that's how it is most of the time in communities, and especially even, not to be brand a label, but a lot of black people are like that too. Why is it people in the world, period? But why is it that when it comes to building with your people, you're more type to get jealous of somebody like Nipsey Hussle than help support him? You know what I'm saying? Look, Young Dolph, X, you can go on and on, DMX, all these amazing people from the community. Why don't you help support them instead of taking away them, taking their lives, or unaliving them? Like, why is it easier for people when to hate on somebody, be jealous of somebody, have ill intents, than actually build with them? You see how we are, children of God? We so blind and lost that you don't even see that. You're entertaining a race war quick, the religion war, the drug war. Sell the drugs, use the drugs. The gang war. Go out there and unalive other people and do dumb stuff. The turf war. Do something strange for a piece of change, and it's already, we're living, but the money doesn't have, there's nothing living about it. You know what I'm saying? And entertain people with lying tongues who will do something strange with a piece of change and take it from this and put it to yours, and you'll do it too, but you don't want to build with your people. It's like, you feel me? You could put a gang of, and this is like a certain race of people in there, and watch how they help each other. You ever notice how Mexicans, they can get into it over this and that, but they want to tear their whole race down? They're built. That's what they do. They build house, they build, right? You see them, they so quick to want to, eager to want to work and will and be able. They have a disagreement. Brothers and argue, fight all the time, but they're not trying to take it to the next level. Other people, they're best friends on best friends. You know what I'm saying? Best friends on best friends. They'll take it like they'll take it. Take it there. And it's, if you're the man and that's your best friend or your family, why you gotta do that? Like, it makes you seem like family ain't family no more. The world is broken. And it's sad to say, but when it's like that, it's like, what else can you really say? We need God. Like, God, we need you. This world needs you consistently complete. It is awful when they have no direction and no drive to live, learn, and do better, and stop living their purpose and want to entertain and do and become projects. He didn't put us here for that. He put us here To show the world we more, to not entertain anything less, but to show them, although to show you that we more. You don't give somebody something they didn't earn and deserve neither, especially someone don't value you. So I changed my life around and I started doing that. And it was like, since nobody was listening that way, I would go with God and he would ask me to get up every day and be my own activist. I've been a lifetime coach. I've been all of that. But it comes a time where people out you. And I had to do that. I couldn't talk to my family about none of this because they didn't care. I couldn't. Every time I went in out the psych ward, it was a family member who did it. The dark entities putting stuff in my food, my drink, my smoke. It's family doing these rituals to me. They can come right back in my house like it was nothing. So you see, it was never no discipline with them. They never disciplined the disobedient children. It would just be covered up. Everybody just eating the meat, drinking the blood, cursing me, hexing me. I didn't understand that. I was broken at a time, and I used to drink and smoke to get through it, to numb the pain, because they give you these pills, but them pills wasn't doing nothing for me, bro. All it do was just make you sick. So it was like not having the direction I have today. I'm a great herbalist now. You feel me? And I ain't talking about weed. I'm talking about herbs. That's pure herb for the body. And it's like, look at my skin. Look how cleansing it is. I told you. Think about when you're going to see me in March. You're just going to get better and better because I take care. I'm a healthy lifestyle, healthy eats, healthy food, healthy juices, healthy drinks, healthy smoothies, healthy living, etc., etc. I really changed my whole life. I went from drinking every day. There was times I couldn't eat. Ain't nobody came and support me. Real talk. The lights went off. It's nothing but dark spirits in here, dark entities. Nobody, but it was a lot of people who did, but it wasn't nothing like people who supposed to. It's like when you're a child, you don't really know no better. Your brain is not even like, you're not wired right, meaning that you don't really know because you don't have the capability to understand, to live better, do better, because your brain is not functional yet. It's not fully developed. But when you're an adult, you're supposed to protect, provide, and progress. I didn't have that. I had to do for myself, even when it went to my mother. As my father went, at times, she didn't have the discipline. She didn't have men. It was always men around, but they wanted her to take care of her. Take care of them. Had plenty of cousins and brothers and uncles, siblings. They came to the house. They wasn't taking care of her. She was taking care of them. And I would speak up and I would get in tune with them all the time. I even had a brother who chose what he wanted over our mother, and he's the same one who told me on lower back. They didn't ever stick up for me. They still party with him like it never happened. So when it kept happening, these darkened things happened to me, it just turned me to a better me. It didn't turn me cold. It turned me closer to God. And that's when you give it, because God would never steer you wrong. God is a jealous God. And he would never allow. He gets very sensitive over you. And I just had to go with God. I spent a lot of time laying on my back, looking up at the ceilings in the psych ward, become my own best friend, having the most dominant, the most outrageous, more than remarkable, more than magnificent relationships, building with God. And I learned loving to be by myself. I never did anything for validation, but I learned not needing to be wanting to be celebrated by myself. I used to get up and couldn't stand my birthdays, try to drink my life away till I pass out, wake up and black back out, so I wouldn't even remember. You know what I mean? When you go through dark stuff, it takes you dark places. You start piercing your body, tattoos. I overcame all of that. Look, I have no tattoos, no piercings. I overcame it all. Overcame it all. Because you're hurting. You're broken. And when your family hurts you, it's going to hurt to the core because you don't know how to deal with it. You don't have that direction. You wasn't raised that way. You come from a home, an able home. When is it everybody's dysfunctional and they just disobedient? You know what I'm saying? It's going to hurt because you celebrate your people. You want them to celebrate you. It's like you need them to. You're supposed to. I shouldn't even have to ask you. But that's when you learn that everybody is not just because you. As I said, blood just makes you related. It doesn't make you family. So it was like it hurted to the core, and I just had to find God. But I want to say thanks to everybody out there who always showed me love, even the ones who showed me tough love. And it's like, if it wasn't for myself, I didn't have the definition of what a man's supposed to be. They was already broken themselves. How's they going to love me? That's why you don't need to stop having expectations for people. But my sisters and all my women, shout out to my better half, Ebenezer. You know what I mean? Shout out to my big one, Aunt Flea, Aunt Aquafina. Shout out. And I might have through my life, it's a lot of times, even my mom, I never liked all the things they say. But I respect their hustle because it got me through. Wasn't for my sisters, I'll probably have nowhere to stay. I'll probably be outside in the cold and the snow. I'll probably be out there on Prospect with everybody at the benches. Let's be real. I'll be sleeping on one of these benches. Who knows? I'll be in the shelter, and it'll be worse for me because the income is low. And then it's like, you feel me? I'll probably even have to share a room with people who's messed up. And it won't work when you got to be around people who want to control and demand. You got to be real, especially when you got to deal with being disabled. All the things I told you I got to deal with. Come on. I would get into it with them, but protecting myself because they wouldn't like me. I shine too bright. They're just diamonds, but I'm the shining red gem that outshines all of that. Come on. It's like I'm living to get better. They're living to destroy themselves. And I'll be in the way of it because I'm too godly and they're too broken spirit. They too much on demon time or I'm doing God's plan. It's not gonna I blend. Oil and water don't mix. That's why I blend. You feel me? And it's gonna get mad when people there feel like you better than them or this and that. And think about it. It'd be the simplest thing. They don't want to clean the shower, but you all gotta share that bathroom. They got doodle on the toilet seat, but no one want to clean it. You know what I'm saying? You want to use the kitchen. It's always dirty. So think about me recording. I couldn't record nothing. It'll be too much chaos. So it's like I appreciate this opportunity. It's not the best, but it's an opportunity to live, learn, and do better till I get to my next. You know what I mean? And when I finish getting everything right into this place that I'm at, I could show you the basement because I used to live with everybody, but I can't be around all my family. And I thank my sister for finally understanding what I've been going through because it was like I always felt that everybody abandoned me. Everybody did. I'm not gonna lie. I was the one that needed everybody, but I had to still take care of everybody and deal with their ish while dealing with all of this. Come on, that's unfair. But although my sisters, they showed me support. You know what I mean? And then my sister Ab, shout out to her half Ebenezer, she showed me the most throughout it all because she would even take me out of environments at times when she knew it was awful. You know what I mean? She would give me more opportunity than anybody else. I can call a lot of people, but they won't do it, especially if it ain't something in it for them. And then it's like when you get there or around them, it's too much for them because they still got their own problems. I could be around her, I'll be good. I have my own personal space and she respects me, values me, sees my worth and honor me. Shout out to Mali. I call her my my jolly because she's so jolly. Shout out to my Thai gang. Shout out to my bro. Shout out Smitty gang. Because not a lot of people understand it's hard to carry on when nobody loves you. It's a lot to deal with when you got to be outed. It's a lot to deal with when you're going to war with your own family and the world. Because you got to come home to the same type of toxic energy and vibrations of everybody else out there in the streets and the world in your home. You become a prisoner in your home. And it's like nobody really understood what I was going through. They looked at me like I was the bad child. And I was the one always doing God's plan. Whenever someone needed me, you called me, I was there. If I called you, it's a no. It's not a guaranteed. So it's a privilege. And that's when I learned I got to start doing the same thing for people. If you don't earn and deserve my attention, I can't give you something I can't afford. Why would I do that? You don't see me as the prize. You don't value me. You don't see my worth. You don't celebrate me. You don't see me as the victim or the survivor and all the bad things they're wishing me to wish on Saeed. You're just adding more bad things to it. So you got to know, y'all, I'm telling you this for learning purposes. You got to learn how to let things go, let people go, outgrow them, outgrow the place they at and things they do because it's only going to tear you apart. And then you become just like everybody else, a disappointment to your mother because you can go out there and do a lot of things and they're glorified to the man. Your son wild just like you. He be on demon time just like you. That's my bro. But as soon as you do something negative, they look at the woman different. You never noticed that? She don't know how to raise her kid. That's why he need a man in his life. It's always like that. They get the best. You say they got it the best. It seems like they got it the worst because it's already dominated as a man's world, right? Anything they do, it destroys their character. So you gotta really, you gotta protect. You gotta right there profess and provide for your woman. You have to be the definition of what a man's supposed to be, or how else are you the prize? So me knowing that, I wanted to get my life together, and I've been working on these juices. I'm gonna say I've been working on doing clothing line. You know what I mean? Building as little as I can. They just cut my check, so it pushes me back some more. Now I gotta find a way to pay this other part of my rent, pay for my bills, and when you don't got nobody support you, it's real. But I thank God at times when I can call my sisters and borrow, I can call my bros, real ones who really see me, my mother's son, excuse me, and do that because I don't have much. I have nothing but problems. I have nothing but pain, suffering, situations. And I don't let it become pressure to me, I become pressure to it. So I can't entertain no one destruction, chaos, confusion, people with low standards, low vibrations, toxic energy, and dark spirit because I can't afford it. I would lose. I'm already messed up. And some people don't care. They'll purposely come and bring it to you because they don't want you to, you know what I'm saying? Think of, oh, Who he think he is? He over here trying to think through juices, or he think he better, or he think he good, or he trying to leave us. I don't want him to go. You know what I'm saying, oh, I wish I could do that. So even your own people will feel some type of way because instead of being happy and being proud for you, they're looking at his competition, compete and battle, challenge you to the doom. And it's sad the way the world is today. You know what I mean? And this is why it's like I just got to step out of my own and do what I got to do with God. Because I'm not looking at all 1,000 people who tell me no. I'm willing and able to all of the 10,000 people is going to tell me it's a yes. I'm not caring about all the people to tell me the 10,000 people to tell me I can't do it. That's the you have your own opinion, belief, and you know what I'm saying. But and your no control, let your emotions go, and your verbal abuse. But in reality, my actions all that matter. The energy I have with God and the vibrations I have with God, He's very sensitive about His child. I'm looking at the 100,000 people that's gonna really support me. It don't matter what you say, because I gonna get it with God. You don't own and control my destiny. I do, with God. I don't entertain that. That's something small to a giant. It's not. It's not a discussion. It's not for a debate. Real recognize real. That's how I know you have no respect for me. You don't value me. You don't want to see my worth. Want the world to see my worth. Because if you did, you'd be celebrating me, not partying and verbally trying to leave me at a ditch party. Because that's just what it is. All cassette mind control. Then taking the broken stuff from your system and putting it into mine to make me feel bad and low about myself and do something strange for a piece of change. Because you don't want me to get to my next. Because it scares you that much. You got to start to wake up and understand that's why people be negative, toxic when they talk to you because they want to stop you from getting closer to your dreams, fulfilling your life, living your legacy, building your empire, being more than remarkable and leaving a mark, leaving revenue for the next generation, etc., etc. They scared of that. You have a dream. You out there chasing your goals and you're achieving your dreams. You know how much people get mad because they gave up already? They're broken. Yeah, so of course, why would he not say nothing negative? That's his job to say something negative. But if you let it distract you, that's on you because you choose to entertain it. People gonna say whatever they want. You do not have to let it in. The devil can knock outside the door if he wants. You do not have to open it. He can call the phone when he wants. You do not have to pick it up. He could tuck it on the TV. You could turn it off. You know what I'm saying? You got your own song. You ain't got to make his song your favorite. Your heart is your favorite song. Everybody who got me there. So although I love music, I was the greatest rapper back then before I got hit in the head with them dust blunts. My mom's heart is my favorite song. My sister's heart is my favorite song. My girls. Shout out to 100, BRK, Brookside. My mom's, my buddy and kid sister, Bird, Fulton. I come through Fulton doing the damage. So understand me, give it to you in Spanish. Shout out all my Puerto Rocks. My heart, my peoples, Trinidad, my peoples, my home, my mother. Everybody who sees me, sees my value and my worth. You know what I'm saying? My baby girls. Girls? My buddy and kid sisters. Get down like two flats. I'm in the flats. Keep the white girl forever, my lady. 2 grand flat. Get your phone of the flats. Get your phone of popper seeds, my popper seeds, The big bullies in this mother sucker. That's who I give it to. People who shows me that. And that's how I build with so I'm saying, my spiritual tribe that God sends my way. I had a nephew all the time. He just so negative to me, and he had always tried to verbally abuse. He just hates me. A lot of family brothers, like I told you, all of it. I've been through it. I go through it, and I gotta deal with it. And he would just always say this to me. You know, you're adopted because I'm adopted. You know what I mean? My mother, she was an addict at times. She was more than that, but you can't help what it is. That's what it is. And you're adopted. You're not even blood. Go find your family. You're not even effing family. Go find your effing family, man. It's not even blood. And it's like, how dare you come out your mouth and say something like that to somebody that's very verbally abusive? And that'll make you the victim. And it's like, I had to outgrow him, outgrow the place he had, the things he do, because that's unacceptable. It's disrespectful. It's unattractive. As a man, as a son, as a brother, as a uncle, as a nephew, it destroys your character. And just how you forgot about me, I could forget about you. But the thing is, he talks all of that. He even go down south where I have family at to another family that needs to be mourned, and look how much he disturbed that person's peace and talk bad about me. And I find it so funny that he has so much time and energy to want to destroy me, but not time to live and to do better with his life. He's an addict himself. He can't put the bottle down. He just came out there from the rehab, and I guarantee you he's back on there doing the same thing, smoking and drinking. So how do people sit down and entertain somebody who wants to belittle you, who's mentally doing better than them? And I'm the one who got all of the problems I'm going through. How am I doing better than him? So you don't say nothing. You don't respond. You kill him with success, like I'm doing right now. And I never entertain it. You make it small to a giant, because that's just somebody who's negative, toxic, and want to belittle you. And I have a purpose. I have somewhere to be. It's called purpose. I'd rather fuck with direction and get to it and outgrow him. I'll grow the place he got and the things he did. Although he's never talked about when he came home from the pens, the jails, how I hit them with them thousands of bands and he didn't earn and deserve it. I knew it would be hard for him to get on his feet, but I still did that. My feet dead. Like, you feel me? I have dead skin on the bottom of my feet, which they brand and label psoriasis when we going through a war in the flesh, war in the mind. You know what I'm saying? The spiritual warfare. Being sacrificed, So dealing with a lot of dark intensities, all the bad things. Shout out to Drake. That they wish on me, they wish on North Saeed instead. Saeed from Brookside. So I found that funny that he had so much to say, but of poor righteous teachings, but nothing real in reality. That's just his opinion and belief. I done did that for him. His moms and dad at times didn't want him in the house. He always had a place to stay at mine on Brookside when we stayed on 90s. Brookside, Saeed from Brookside. I'm really him, like the chocolate commercial. I'm Saeed, North Saeed, West Saeed, Saeed. That's me. So you feel me? We stayed at the Haven. You know what I'm saying? We stayed at Terrace at Mr. Patrick, like Russ song, Yes Sir, with my hat trick, like I'm Patrick when it's bad-ish. What they want, dollar signs, and he represents S&M. So hold on, let me show you something. So I'm gonna flip this camera over so you can see. So cap, and that's what Drake would be telling you in this video. I'm blind as a bat. That on dot though. Shout out to all my Trinidad, shout out my dot gang, Dotty boys all day. I'm blind as a bat. I got one eye, but your ish look good. So I would go around town and I would expose a lot of dark anticities with this cap, like Little Rob was saying on that Netflix fix with Diddy. How would they know? And it said as soon as they see the cap, this is a third eye, third dimension. You see it upside down, water. I'm like Drake said, I'm blind as a bat. See the bat? I got one eye. Also to see the one eye, you gotta flip it. Got one eye, but your ish look good. And I would take this, my brother's catering card. I would throw to Erica Alexandria from Living Single. I would throw it with her grandma, the Rufu, the rituals, the Gufu dust over the door. They put the Gufu dust where the hat goes on your head. Gufu dust. Like I said, my died from the crown of my head to the sole of my feet. My hair is dead. The skin of my feet is, let me show you. You see? It's all dead skin. It's all dead skin. So they did, and I walked on water. Now when you look in the corner of this hat, it shows you that there's water there. You feel me? So I would even take the cornflakes Kellogg's box. Everything I would need is in this bag. I would take a lot of stuff out of this bag and I would expose it. So it's like if you get the smaller parts of this big box, it'll go right to the dot. See where the eye's at? I would go right there and I would put it there. Like Nas got a song on his album called The Nigga Album, and The Land of the Blind, the man with one eye is the king. I would go around town. I would expose all the dark anticities of the secret society, of the elites, of the groups. Like the coast they call Illuminati and all this other stuff. See the float? See the head? It's an F over there. If you look at it, it's really an F. You wouldn't know that. So I would go out there and do social experiments. It's the blood dripping, like the Red Sea. It's the bowl in the middle of Lincoln and Gramerton. They got two Baphomets in the Harley Park. A 6 is an F. So it spells lakes. Now look at the water. See in green, like Nicki Minaj was saying, and Drake. Like I said, shout out to Drake, man. I really love Drake, bro. I respect Drake the way he was moving. That's loyalty. Like without him, I wouldn't have a voice to be heard, and so the bad things they wished on me, they wished on North Saeed. So I would get up and consistently go out there on the hate you give, and I would use my voice to be heard, use my mind as a weapon, because it's a lot when you go through this and no one loves you. So I would go and expose it. So to spell lakes, six guy, right? Lakes. Even if you do this coming around it, it's like a 6. You feel me? I would take the T-Mobile cards. I would do all of that and show them. I would take the Dr. Dre beats and show them. I would go to these places where stuff is hidden, and I would do social experiments and show them pictures you can't unsee. Not talk of a pain and belief, but show them a picture they can't unsee. And I would use people music. Said seeing green. Like Lil Wayne said, I'm just looking for a chick to mess with Stephen King. Look at the crown. It's a Masonic crown. You feel me? And it's like in the land of the blind, the man one eye's a king. And I would go all around town because they have these symbols hidden. You know what I'm saying? Like a secret society, and I would expose it. So a lot of people will be happy and proud and respect. A lot of people will be mad because if this is it and this is what they worship, you know what I mean? Like in the dark anticities, you know what I mean? They wouldn't want the world to hear and see this. So you see that L? Like D Herbo said, I don't gang bang, I bang L's. If you know Brooke, it's also like a J, and it's the symbols of different forms, shapes, size, and color, but the same symbols, right? I will go all around. Shout out to Brookside, huh? Shout out to all my loyal ones, huh? It comes around just like that. That's how Brookside block a design. So it's like, it's real for me because I live this in reality rap. Most people, they just talking their raps. You know what I'm saying? RP to the big homie Face, huh, Fazo? Shout out to the bro. Shout out to Jack. Shout out to Boom. Shout out to my bro Piff. Shout out to all the homies from New Road to the Rock. Double R, huh, Ray Rice? And it's like, this is real to me because a lot of people were thinking, but the hardest thing for most people to do is listen. And when people don't see you as the prize, their favorite person, you know what I mean? They don't see you as the bestie, the one they bond with. They won't hear what you got to say, not even a type, because they too quick to judge you and want to do play God, but we know nobody in this world is God. You know what I mean? So that you'll get overlooked, they'll belittle you, and they won't see you. Never mind the noise in the background. That's my brother upstairs. Like I just tell you, the one who tear my neck. You know what I mean? He's always gonna put on the show. You know, so you gotta keep moving forward because he just want to be heard and seen. You know, and that's sad because when I used to give him the attention that I give him, he didn't want it. But as soon as you outgrow the place they at, they get obsessed about you. You feel me? And it's like he was so obsessed with me. I got stories for days. So I'm gonna be doing my videos. I'm gonna be letting you see what it's like and what I do. I will go into the community and show you certain things, but I don't. Certain platforms, you feel me, wouldn't allow it. I know TikTok wouldn't allow certain things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't do it because it's like they'll flag you. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I could always take stuff out the hat in the bag and show it to you. So that's what I would do. It's like even with this chips bag, you feel me? I would take this joint out. You can see that it's a mouth there. You know what I'm saying? And you see, I would go to the pyramid on first and first services. I would go to dollar bill, take it out. I would show everything. Even when you look at the hand sign, it's an F. You see it? Just like it is over the head on the cornflakes Kellogg's box. I would show them what things hidden in secret. So you see? And it's like, that's an F, right? It's like, yeah, which also in numbers, it'll be the 6. I would show them things, and then I'm saying it'll make people like, oh shoot, I would show a picture you can't unsee. I would show them hidden the secret society of the dark underworld and what I've been through. Because a lot of people didn't really know what I was going through. They was just always listening to people, especially family members. If that was my brother and he was a part of it and he did it, of course he wouldn't want you to know the whole truth. So he would definitely try to tell you a story because he didn't want people to know that he did what he did to me. You feel me? So I would go around and I would expose this demonic activity. You can see the fish are cracked from me using it. I would put it right to the eye. You see how I go to the eye, and I would go over to the prospect, and I would expose it, and I would expose all kind of stuff. I would go everywhere, you know, and I expose it. I would use 50 songs. Gotta make the heaven go up to hell and all the other songs. I smell something fishy. It might be a rat. Like I would use, and I would expose stuff. So it's like, that's crazy how he won't talk about the hat. He got so much to say, which makes me look at him different. Like, I can't respect people like that because if you're not going to speak on the whole truth, the good, the bad, the ugly about everything, then I can't respect you and it's really who you are. He'll come into town and do all his recordings, but he won't expose the secret society and talk bad about the victims, real victims. You know what I mean? Of the bad things they wished on me, they wished on North Side, and all these ones to be sacrificed. But he record and every Friday and want everybody to go home and run and watch his shows while he make money, but don't do nothing for our community. I can't respect him. I'm saying he got so much to say about no Diddy when everybody say no Diddy, but he won't talk about real victims. And as for his girl, I can never see her as a victim because the first 5 seconds, every girl know the man they want to be with. She know what she was doing. You can sit there and say what you want, but that's cap. He says no cap, but everybody say no cap. Who don't want the hat? Who don't want the bag? I can show you what it's really like. As I expose a secret society, I do this daily and consistently. Go all through my communities, all through my neighbors, uptown with it. Uptown. And I go and I show all the bad things they wish to me, they wish on North Side. So a lot of people out there, you know me. You just don't know when you listen to these raps and these movies and the commercials that I'm him. And I've been proving this to not that I have to prove it, but I've been showing people through social experiments what it's like. So on my platforms, they haven't put me out there to the whole world yet like I would love them to do, but I pray to God that we prevail because I need this world to really see it, what it's like, you know, because they keep things hidden and keep it a secret. And it's unacceptable, you know. So like I said, man, thank y'all for watching this. Hashtag this videos. You know what I'm saying? Support this. So I thank you for everybody supporting me. Keep supporting the future entrepreneur. You made time to watch this whole video and let this drink go viral. Up with it. Let's get it.